Just checking to see if this is right. There we go. Oops, alcohol abuse. Immediately, I spilled it on my keyboard. Well done, Brian. Well done. Time to open up. Dab, dab, dab the gin and the vermouth off of my keyboard because I'm an idiot. Round the numbers, round here, round there, and there, and there. It's on like Open Office Calculator right now, so it's trying to make calculations of stuff. Well, I mean, it's mostly, uh-oh. Cancel. There we go. I mean, mostly it's gin, so that'll just evaporate. It's a very dry martini, but there is some olive juice in here. Well, that's what happens. Be right back. Okay, so finally, after I spilled half my beverage, yeah, someone says it's going to get sticky and smell. All right. Yeah, I did spill something on my keyboard. I spilled half my martini on my keyboard. Don't worry, I'm going to drink a whole bunch of this. So, what we got to talk about tonight is, let me angle that more that way. Yeah, so I'm framed correctly. What we got to talk about tonight is, I really got to have it over here more, is my, I should really have it a little bit over here more. There we go. Is my return to New Zealand, and I just bought my tickets right now. And someone says they're just going to chug a whole gallon of iced tea. Ugh. Powdery iced tea things. Ugh. Really, on a school night? Yes, on a school night. Because I'm not in school and I'm the boss. So I get to drink whenever I damn well want. Yeah, keyboard flavored martini, right? Oh, look at that. It's dripping down. Oh, look at that. Oh. Thank you for the $1, Lewis. Look at that. Look at this. Oh, it's all shiny and sticky and crap. Yuck. I'll blot it with my hat. Oh, man. Just put it right back down so the bottom of it just sits in his juice. Am I filming this with a potato? Kinda. I'm filming this with an Amazon Fire. It would look a lot better if I filmed it with my phone, but I have an iPhone 6, just a regular one, and by today's standards, the screen is very, very tiny. So I really wouldn't be able to read what you're saying here. So if it's a good mechanical keyboard from a reputable company, it'll be fine. Yeah, this is from logickeyboard.com. This is a shortcut keyboard for Premiere. Martini 1 is done. So the upload speed, something. I've had this keyboard through a dishwasher twice, like not on a hot setting, but just a dishwasher, and then I put it on my parents' furnace, you know, like the house heater, for an entire week. Put it out, put it in, it was fine. I need a new keyboard eventually. Yeah, Martini 0.5, right? I am open to suggestions for what type of keyboard I should get. I don't play games. I just edit. So, anyway, that sounds a little excessive. Yeah, putting it in the dishwasher, but yeah, I mean, it works. So, anyway, new NZ and me. I'll probably make a video about this because, oh, someone has a super chat there. Sith Lord Soup says, currently sip Jack Daniels. Sometimes Angle's been definitely already going. Sometimes Angle been definitely already going. Chugging is wanted to do or corner what reviews decently amount those people types in here. Let me see if I can make sense of that. Currently sip Jack Daniels. Sometimes Angle's been definitely already going, as in the angle of the bottle or the glass. Chugging is wanted to do or corner what reviews decently amount those people types in here. Well, that sounds like a Jack Daniels question, right? Oh, Olives, I love you. Well, thank you for your donation, Sith Lord Soup. I'll keep an eye out if you want to clarify what you're asking. Anyway. So, Sith Lord Soup, yeah. 3 a.m. in Germany, right? Anyway, the plan is, oh, hey, my poop comes from my butt says he's chugging much Jack Daniels. Yeah, sure is. Someone says come to Houston, Texas. It's Xander says, please tell me you're going to do a Subaru Baja. Yeah, definitely going to do a Subaru Baja. Should I hold out for a turbo or not? Or should I just get a regular one? I'm not certain. Paul Garcia says he loves the GNX review. Technically not a GNX, even though it had the power of one. It was really a regular one that just had like tune stuff done to it. So anyway, New Zealand and me, March 29th. So far, here's what the schedule is going to be. For anybody listening in New Zealand, is Juliet watching right now? Wait. Juliet Johnson, my friend in New Zealand, is right now with her husband Bryce at the hospital, and she's been sending me a bunch of pictures. She sent me a video here of her getting slapped. So we're going to watch this or hear it. Oh, another super chat there. Let me just pause my stream here. There you are. So Bryce slapped her, and then he got a video here. Oh, Bryce went bye-bye. Bryce is getting Bryce Johnson is getting a camera shoved down his throat. Juliet says, oh yeah, during New Year's Eve in Wellington, there was a band playing called RCR. Oh, that's fun. She sent me a video. I hope this isn't copyright. Wow, okay. There was a band in New Zealand that was called RCR. Oh, I know that day. Okay, it's sort of like a Dixieland jam band thing, but there's legitimately some sort of brass band in New Zealand that's called RCR, although the first R is backwards. And then she sends me a picture. He lives bye-bye to his dress. I guess he's done. I guess you're done now. Done now. I am live streaming now. And I just read this stuff. Anyway, Steve G says, would you want to do my Outback to compare it to a Baja? I mean, it would be neat to have an Outback at the same time to compare it to a Baja because of the same car. Same basic body style, yeah. Steve G, send me an email if you're in the area. I don't know where I will do a Baja. Ideally in Pennsylvania and ideally in the wintertime. That'd be fun. Like, Subarus are always better in the snow, but, I'll do it where and when I can. It'd be nice to get the Baja XT, but really I'll take either one of them. Louis Disinfano says, went to review a 96 Camry wagon from New York. Most family car that ever family carred. Would love to travel for PA for your convenience. Love you guys. Just send me an email, regularcars@gmail.com. Year, make, model, city, state in the email, and send me a body and picture. I don't know when I'm going to be in upstate New York. I mean, you're more than welcome to come to East Central Pennsylvania, but I don't think I've done a Camry before, but it was an early 2000s one, not a late one. Edwin Gomez says, when are you getting, this is an interesting question, when are you getting an MR2 SW20? Every time, see, I have on my calendar right here in front of me, this Sunday I'm going out to Prime Driven, the MR2 shop out in Stanhope. I'm going to do another video with him. He's got a new build he's working on. And every time I'm in his shop, I'm like, I need an SW20. But then when I get home and I look, like, you had a two-seater car before and you hardly shared it with anybody. So would it be the same thing with an SW20? What I think I could be in, I'm more of a wagon lover, so I could see myself importing a Toyota Caldina and then having, if he would be up for it, Justin Bernash putting a Gen 4 3S GTE in like a 93 or a 92 Caldina. Whether it can be done or not, whether he's up for that, I don't know, depends. I need a haircut. And thank you, Erwin Gomez, for your donation. Chocolate Man Magneto? Chocolate Magno? No, it's Chocolate Magneto. Juliet says she's having a late lunch right now. Have a fun stream. Okay, cool. Come to Seattle and drive a 2007 Accord and a 91 Sierra. I do want to come to Seattle. I want to come to a lot of places. Just send me an email, your make, model, city, state. I mean, coming to Seattle will be we'd have to find a place to film because Seattle's pretty populous right now, right? Yeah. Citroën DS. If I flip this, will it get a better angle for me? A little bit better, yeah. I can put it right about here. That'll work. Do an RCR spoof for an intro. Not sure what that means. Buzztard, thank you for your donation, sir. Will you do a Forester XT, the last turbo? I did one kind of. I did a first gen Forester with a STI swap. So is that truly an XT? Well, not really. It has the EJ20 turbo instead of an EJ25 turbo. I drove a Forester XT. I drove two of them for myself because I thought about replacing my Forester with a Forester turbo. I drove one that was tuned with an STI intercooler, injectors, and I think even a turbo, and that thing hauled ass. And then I drove a stock one. Both were very nice. Both had heavy, heavy clutch pushes. You're standing on that clutch pedal to move it. See, that's the thing about the Forester XD Turbo. Yes, you can drive it. It's as an everyday car, but it's a Corvette would be easier. So, and that's what I have to talk about. Like, yes, this is a fast Forester. Yes, you get over 200 horsepower. Is it worth the prices? Are people asking for these things? No. These engines are going to have more problems. The EJ20s from the mid-2000s didn't like boost all that much, plus head gasket issues. The modern ones are better. It's just one of those things that if you wanted power, there are cheaper alternatives to that. I mean, I'd honestly have a GTI over like a Forester XT or something like that, because they're really super practical, but they're thirsty as hell, man. They're like 19 miles per gallon at a 4-cylinder, and for what? 210, 220 horsepower? Yeah, all-wheel drive, it's good in the snow, but you don't need power in the snow. Man, what is it? Maestro Mike 86. Maestro Mike 86. Thank you for 10 bucks, man. First sports car, NC Miata 350Z or C4 Corvette. Not the C4. Yeah, NC Miata. Cheap, always cheap. If not any of those, best under 15. Dude, 15,000 USD will get you the best NC Miata you can buy. 350Z, yeah, you'll have more power. I don't know if you're going to have any more fun in a Z car. You're going to have highway pulls in the Miata. You're not going to have that. But, dude, you could get a really cheap Miata NC with a hard top clamp on, and you'd be set, man. See, with your first sports car, it's like Dragon Ball Z. You never start out Super Saiyan. You always start off regular. And thank you for your donation. Seth Voss says, review more Pontiacs. Do I have any Pontiacs in the schedule? Nope. And I haven't filmed one. I need another one. Yeah, I need another Pontiac. If you need one, I have the 2005 Pontiac Grand Prix GTP. The one with the supercharger. Yeah, located in Fort Myers, Virginia. Or Fort Myer, Virginia. I don't have any Virginia plans. Feel free to send me an email. I do have a GM sports car. Not sports car, really. Not a sports car at all. That I am writing the review. In fact, I almost finished it today. I'm waiting for Nick's part. Nick's sick with... normally Nick would be here, but Nick is like strep throat or something like that, so he's at home, and I don't want any of that. So he's going to email me his half a review of a GM vehicle that's supercharged, and Zach W. wants me to fart in his mouth. I need another martini. We're going to know martini number 2, and I'm going to get some water here. Am I leaving anybody out to dry? Where is Roman? Says I boom. Roman is, I'm scrolling now. Now that I flipped it, you can't see my thumb, but Roman is home with strep throat. So regular cars get a custom keyboard from Slip Hathram Ake Super Noodle. I don't need a custom keyboard. I just need something that feels good to type and edit video with. I've had this keyboard for like 10 years. I'm planning on Keegan Spornholmes. I have a Vibe that I'm sending in. Cool. It'd be cool to get a Vibe and a Matrix and film them at the same time. Yep. Get well soon, Roman, says Joey. I'm gonna go get another drink and I'll be right back. Drink and water. Near. Anyway. Scrolling to make sure I didn't. There's one. You know what? I can probably play royalty-free YouTube music in the back of this, and it would make it a little nicer. Let me see if that would make a difference. Go to YouTube's library. YouTube royalty-free music. Audio library, here we go. This is just someone's channel. YouTube music. Oh, that's a channel. Where is there? Audio library. There we go. I need genre. Jazz and blues. And then attribution not required. There we go. Nice. I can dig it. I realize that the DS is next to impossible. It's just my dream, man. Oh, the Citroen DS. I got to sit in one of those once. Never drive it. I wanna. I so wanna. Says Nathan Youngblood. Yeah. That is one of the goals. I mean, it's a goal for everybody. They say you have to drive one of those things. Hey, my dude, I'm from Egypt, and I just want to say your vids are very cash money, says Muhammad. Thanks. Thank you from Egypt. Sorry that I'm lagging behind a little bit here. Mr. Regular, I just purchased my brand new first car. It's a 2011 Ford Escape with only 30,000 miles. It belonged to my grandpa. Do you think I got a good deal only paying $8,000? 2011 for $8,000, you got a Ford Escape for 30. Yeah, sure. I think it's good. I mean, you always think you could pay less, but if there's no problems with it, it should be fine. I mean, if you hang on to that car for like 10 years, I mean, it's a really good daily. I mean, if the transmission goes on those things, I'd probably get rid of the car unless you know a good guy, so something like that. Bob for SEK20. Minivan is next camera car mod project. How about that? How about that? How about that mini car? You like that minivan as a car? How about that? No minivans. I don't need that much car. I need a wagon. I'm fine with my Forester, my naturally aspirated second-gen Forester. Unless I get a Toyota Caldina. In fact, that's one of the things I have to look for in my email, which I will do right now. Caldina. How many Caldinas? One. Here's an email I got in 2016. Hi, Mr. Roman and Regular. I have two cars you might be interested in case you're even in the land down under. And this guy, his email says wood member. A 1989 Toyota AW11 and a 2004 Toyota Caldina GT4. Fuck yes. I can go detail and I'm not too using that. I will go into a little detail on the Toyota Caldina. Maybe as I know what that thing is. God, that thing's beautiful. The Caldina is a Japanese market car. The reason it's in Australia is I have one of these. I can have one of these cars that was made in Japan that were never domestically offered. It easily imported. The Caldina shares the same driveline, engine, and parts as the last Celica GT4. This means the Celica, it's a Caldina, it's a four-door station wagon version of the Celica GT4 Coupe. Same turbo 3S GTEs. I know these. See, the whole thing about the Toyota Caldina is that Toyota made a. It's Toyota when they made a WRX wagon. Imagine if a Subaru WRX wagon was made by Toyota. That's a Toyota. A Subaru WRX wagon. Imagine if Toyota made a Subaru. That's not an FRS. It's that car. Yeah. My Australian number is Daniel Woodcock. Nice. Just read your email on a live stream. I wish I could have a Caldina as a camera car. Send. Yeah, dude. That's the only Caldina I have offered, and there's not. I'm sure there's one in New Zealand. If I can find one, I want to drive one. I want to see if it works as a camera car. So yeah, Bob, that's the big thing. The only thing right now that really interests me is a replacement of a camera car. Anthony Manfredi, thanks for $5, man. We need Saabs on this channel. Yeah, we do. What we need is the Saabaroo. Also, what's the ingredients of choice for tonight's adult beverage? This is a typical dry martini, 4 parts gin, 1 part dry vermouth, and lots of olives, and some olive juice that goes with it, which makes it dirty. It's a dirty martini. I like the olives at the end of it. It's like a prize for finishing. Oh, we lost out of smooth jazz. We need more smooth jazz. Royalty-free, smooth jazz. There we go. Cotton Eye Joe on a loop. I haven't heard that song in forever. Lego Back says, would you be up to drive a 65 GTO? Yeah, probably would be. Could probably make it out. Could probably make a drag day out of it. And the nearest drag track to me is Maple Grove Raceway, south of Reading. Also, I'm the one with the wrecked 240SX. Were you the guy I met in Radwood? We like talked on in a parking lot for like an hour or something like that. You were cool. Lego Back. Because like I did 2 Nissan 240s, and I had the JDM one and the USDM one, and I kind of said everything I had to say about Nissan 240s. So I mean, I'd certainly drive another. It'd be neat to take one on a track or something like that. But yeah, 65 GTO. Are you ever going to do a review of an Australian burnout car? What's the difference between an Australian burnout car and an American one? I mean, in America, it's usually either a sloppily built LS build into something, or it's like a SN95 Mustang or a Fox body or something like that. And now you're a local on the 8s. Nice. Says Bearer of Bricks. My poop comes from my butt. Play the lobby music from Tenpenny Tower and Fallout 3. I haven't played any of the Fallout games. I'm sorry. See, I was like late after college when those games came out. So I don't like to have any personal memories of them. The game that I remember most from college is Counter-Strike, the original one, and Unreal 99, and the first Max Payne game. Zach Heilman says, keyboard-wise, you want something with Cherry MX switches. I don't know what that means. They have different colors for various stiffnesses. Oh, that's interesting. One of my keyboards happens to be brown. Nice. This is what my keyboard looks like. Ever thought of reviewing a Kia Soul, says Brandon. Yes, I have. Manny C says, please say, oh, this is a please say one. Happy to oblige. Please say, I think you want the gravelly voice for this. Please say, pro charger hoving, dick sporting goods managing, tiny mustache having, guys with girlfriends who are cool with a little choke play. Okay, choke play. I had this friend of mine, and she was into choke play, and I wasn't. End of story. Ben Rogers, ever been to Asheville, North Carolina? No, but I talked to that one YouTuber, IB Tat, who he's from Asheville, and he says it was kind of hippie central, but he loves it. We have access to the Parkway for some amazing curves and views, also close to Tail of the Dragon. Yeah, Asheville, North Carolina sounds like a great weekend getaway. Oh, we're out of blues. There we go. Yeah, I mean, the next RCR road trip thing, I mean, the very next thing that's going to happen, which I should make a video about, or at least a post on YouTube where you can make, an image post, is I'm going to be doing the Retreat from Moscow Hell on Wheels Road Rally. And I'm going to be there for the entire thing. So if you want to meet up or say, hey, I'm going to be following that route. And that's from January 29th until February 1st. So in like 3 weeks. I originally was going to buy a K car, but a friend of the channel, and you've seen him before, Justin Lose, he's the guy with the Model T. He bought a Yugo. And we're going to complete the road rally in a Yugo. And I'm going to be blasting the cheeky, breaky, hard-braced bass song out of that thing many times. Don't worry, we're going to film it. So for anybody in Northeast PA, we'll see you at AJ's Auto Center at 7 in the goddamn morning. We'll probably roll in at 8. Registration ends at 9. In a Yugo. I have to first drive out to meet him in Pittsburgh and then drive back across the state in a Yugo. So it's going to be an entire week in a Yugo. I'm going to bring my, can't reach it, but I have a Bluetooth boombox. It's going to be our entertainment on that. It's going to be cold. Oh, but I love the Lemons Rally. So we're going to be completing that in the Yugo. I wanted to buy like Adidas tracksuits, but nah. Anyway, so thanks, Ben. Buzztard, thanks again, man. I wish you could do a Zastiva 101, the Yugo predecessor. Now, was that based on the Fiat or not? I'm not sure. I should make a Twitter. I am drinking and streaming. So I like if I had like big time YouTube money, I would have bought a Moscovich. There was one for sale in Jersey, but that's like the guy wanted $9,000 for it. Make sure I'm caught up here. Julio Iglesias says, my cat has a stupid face. Is it one of those cats that has the nose, the tiny nose? I always thought they were kind of silly. B-Body Caprice Wagon, that would be nice. Yeah, that would, says Trash Rabbit, Duke of Bad Habits, Shalak Attic. WRX Wagon. Are we caught up? Are we caught up? Scrolling. Oh, here we go. Brandon McGinnis. Miss my '05 GTI for its humble exterior but good performance. Yeah, they were pretty smoothed out on the outside. They didn't really look like much. Love my current 2013 WRX for the all-wheel drive platform, but dislike the flashy vape bro vibe. Yeah, yeah. Like a humble but fast and fun wagon. What would be a good next car? New Golf R. Golf R is a bit much if you want humble, because a Golf R isn't humble. I think a traditional GTI would be just fine. You're going to be happy with a regular GTI over the Golf R, because a Golf R then attracts the rest of the VW bros and those who have tunes, and now the STI guys want to race you, and Mustang guys want to race you. If you have a regular GTI, no one's going to mess with you. That's my advice for you, Brandon. Just a regular Golf GTI with a stick. You're going to spend less for one. You're going to have more practicality, and there's not going to be that stigma attached from it. You know, I'm gonna suggest something rare for you, Brandon. Bear with me on this. Cadillac CTS-V wagon. It's a bit dad, but you're going to get a lot of power and a lot of practicality. And that's something you can road trip with for long distances, and you're going to be fine. And honestly, you could probably get a used Cadillac CTS-V wagon for the same price as a Golf R. Interior is not going to be as nice. GM, if you're going to buy like late 2000s, the interior is not going to be as nice as a Golf R, because they're all going to be leather, and they're going to be crap leather. But yeah, man, it's going to hard to. That's my advice to you. Regular GTI or used Cadillac CTS-V wagon, which I have to review, by the way. I had a few offers for one. Higlac, Higelac. So on a scale of, oh, we need some more royalty-free music. So on a scale from bad idea to just don't, should I buy a $5,000 caged Impreza rally car as a winter beater? Don't. No. You know what a winter beater is? A $1,000 Forester. That's a winter beater. Cage is up to homologation spec. Homologation. I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm sorry. Homogenation. I mean, do you need to race it, or do you just need to get around the winter? See, any Subaru for $1,000 that probably needs head gaskets, you send it to a guy like my buddy Justin Kramer. He does the head gaskets for like under $2,000. And now you got a legit winter beater. See, the thing is, when it comes to snow, you don't need power. You just need a set of Blizzaks and all-wheel drive. You're good. Some ground clearance. So no, you shouldn't. You should buy the base Impreza with a stick shift. And then the money you saved on that, you get Blizzaks on it. And you fix the head gasket problems and anything else. There's your winter beater. You're probably done with that for like $3,000. Thank you for your donation. That was a good question. Lego back. $5. What time is it? 9:37? At 10 o'clock, I got to start making dinner. And that's not very entertaining. Oh, Lego back. Oh, nope, that wasn't me at Radwood, but the car is already in Gators in Gettysburg, so Maple Grove wouldn't be so bad. Oh, okay. Well, send me an email, man. Say we were talking on the chat about the 65 fastback, and I'll make sure to save it. Robert S. says, with Subaru having taken the WRX and wagon and XT out to pasture, yeah. Did they make the right decision? Well, financially, they did. They went straight for St. Louis. They make cars that regular folks want to buy. So yeah, they're going to be fine. In fact, the regular Forester, even with a 5-speed, isn't that bad. It just isn't fast. The national models sell better. Yeah, and they hold up better. That's another thing. But they also took out all but one of their sporty models, continued. Oh, so I need to look for another Robert S. Okay. Yeah, I think one of the best buys right now out of Subaru is the base model Impreza wagon, or the base model Impreza hatchback with a 5-stick. Oh, is Andrew Lamb here? Well, let me just check if Andrew's saying something on Facebook. Phil Hyun says something. Cool, I have dates I have to figure out the dates. You're the only person I know in Auckland. I don't feel like saying in a random house weird. Okay, Phil Hyun said has like a an audio post for me, so I don't want to like blow up his spot with it. And Carrie, my friend Carrie. Oh, I'm getting a call here on my phone, and it says Woodstock, Illinois, and I don't know this number, so I don't know who this is. I would be like Fixed Dog Radio and answering it live. Who do I know in Illinois? I know one person in Illinois. No, wait. Wait, I'll bet that was Dominic. I think that was Dominic. But I have Dominic's number saved, and that wasn't him. So, streaming now, not sure if that was you. And I sent that to Andrew, but I know he's not the guy in Illinois. The Invader 2 says, thank you for the shout out. Going to play the Ace Combat in New Weeks. Andrew Lamb says, I'm not in Illinois. Okay. Dr. Phil, scrolling down, scrolling down, scrolling down. Go to the, Phillips May says, go to the Polish part of Chicago and you can find somebody with an imported communist car. Oh, an FNO Polonaise. That would be neat. Making sure I didn't miss anybody. It's Friday night somewhere. I think we're ready for martini number 3 soon. I make tiny martinis though, so you don't have to worry. Alex Benhush, do you know much about the cams on police changers? Do you know much about the cameras on police chargers? Okay. Oh, the cams. Okay, on police chargers wearing uneven like the caprices. Hold-ins due to the displacement on demand. I don't, but I heard from a LEO friend of mine. I don't know if it's appropriate to say LEO or cop or law enforcement officer or just plain officer, who told me that the chargers, the police package chargers, need rebuilds, some as early as 50,000 miles. I don't know if the Hemis that are in those things or whatever derivation of V8 that Mopar is using is going to need, it has displacement on demand. They might. I could ask him right now. Is he online? No, he is not. He's probably working right now, or maybe he's home with his family. Or what's causing him to burn out? Do you know much cams on police chargers wearing uneven like the caprices? You know what? Maybe I will ask him. I will send a message. Do you know if the police chargers have displacement on demand? And do you know why I heard somewhere that they need rebuilds as early as 50K. Dodge. Send message. We'll find out soon, Alex. If he's not working right now. Andrew Lamp. Andrew. You didn't have to send me $2, Andrew. I owe you a beer. Or a drink. Let me get you a drink. Andrew, I'll get you back. I'll get you a drink. If Caldina appeals, perhaps Langum or Stagia too. Stagia. 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 I forgot all about the Stagia. I forgot all about the Nissan Stagia. Do I want a Stagia? Kinda do. Kinda do. But I like Toyotas better. What is a LEGNUM? LEGNUM. Huh. Oh, it's a Mitsubishi. Oh, it's a Galant. Oh, it's a Galant. No. No, I do not. Want a Galant VR4. Joe Evans for £2 says remove kebab. You can't get kebabs really in this part of Pennsylvania and without going to a major city that does kebabs. So I don't know what that means, but thank you very much for your donation of £2. Scrolling. Maybe I can do it easier. Oh, there we go. There we go. That makes it easier. Oh, let me get cat shot. We got my cat has a stupid face. All right. Joe Evans, yeah, remove collab. Hourly B says, just got back from Maui. I drove a Challenger RT, winga-dinga as hell. A bit, yeah. And I need a V8 in my life. Looking at a used Chevy work trucks and Fox bodies and SN95s, which one? Love the Blazer review. Okay, Chevy work trucks, the correct ones will have a Vortec, which means LS. LS is the LS Master Race. And Fox bodies, okay. With a Fox body, you're dealing with a Windsor block. They sound great. I have my Falcon has a 5.0 in it, although carbureted instead of... You know, the roller motors, they're fine for what they are, but don't expect big power. We need to reiterate that if you want to have a daily runner with a... with like a regular mild, a just like stock Fox body 5.0, it's 215 horsepower at the crank, right? Yeah, you get torque, there's more of it, they feel fine, but don't expect to win races. It's just to have a nice rumble and feel it pull up a hill. But if you're used to stuff, if you're used to a Challenger RT, that thing will walk a stock Fox body. And, oh, I'm going to tune my Fox body. You're going to throw a lot of money at one of those Windsor blocks, but a sloppy LS just walks right over them. So unless you're going like you just want the 5.0 for the feel, you know, having a 5.0 is drinking for the taste, not getting drunk. So that's the way I look at 5.0s. They're like a really nice Saison beer or a nice cloudy wheat beer, but don't expect to get smashed. That's not what they're about anymore. I think now that the whole turbo LS thing is everywhere, it has freed up the 5.0 to just be, well, let's just enjoy this bit of, you know, early 90s tech going on in here. It has a distributor, for fuck's sake. Which one? SN95. Okay, SN95. Now you're talking about the modular 4.6. You can get more power out of modular 4.6 for less money than you can get a 5.0, but because you have the option of better ECU tuning. and also overhead cam. And also you can get like a Kenny Bell supercharger. But you're still talking about money, man. LS is always the cheapest. And plus you buy an SN95, the interiors aren't that great. And the driving position is weird. Nick loves them. He drives an SN95. So if you drive an SN95 and you like it, then have it. I say get the work truck, man. Get the work truck. Thank you for your donation. AJ Allen. AJ, I'll be right back. I'm not going to get another alcoholic drink. I'm just going to get more of this water. I'll be right back, Alex. I'm back. AJ Allen, looking for my first bike, currently eyeing the Honda CB300. Thoughts on this or a better option? I didn't know they were doing a CB300. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, it's CB300. When did they make those? Honda CB300. 2019. Revzilla. Is that new? Like new? It debuted now. See, I'm very against buying. It's a good looking bike. I'm very against buying a new bike as your first bike because you're gonna drop the damn thing. And it's pretty cool looking. I can dig that. Yeah. Someone's going to chop that fender off the back. It's like they know they're going to do it. Yeah. 4,000 MSRP, 4,900. You're going to see that thing sale for 6. Nah, that's way too much for a first bike. Your first bike should be under $1,000, which puts you in a Honda CB400. Honda CB400T from 1986. That's what you should get. I don't agree with buying a new bike as your first bike unless man, you're making like 6 figures a year. No. Craigslist $1,000 motorcycle should be your first thing. I think that's financially irresponsible to get a bike that new as your first bike. See, you have to buy a bike that if you look at it, that you can... If you look at the bike and look at this kickstand and you're perfectly fine with just leaning that thing on the ground, just dropping it right down there in the grass. If you can push that thing over and have it fall in the grass and you don't care, then good. That's your first bike because that's what's going to happen. It happens to everybody. It even happened to me on my newest bike. I dropped it in my garage. You can see the scratches when I review it in a few weeks. So yeah. Get a $1,000 Craigslist special. That should be your first bike. You'll love it the same. See, you're learning how to ride a bike. You shouldn't have a new one. Just have an old beater. CSWA for $4.99. 3 car models that you haven't reviewed that you haven't reviewed. You write that twice. 3 car models that you haven't reviewed that you haven't reviewed yet that you really want to. The 3 ultimate regular cars. Okay. Dodge Aries K car. Dodge Aries K, number 1. Subaru Baja, number 2. Toyota Caldina. But we have to see if there's one in New Zealand. And right now, the only one offered to me is in Australia. Andrew, Phil Hyun. Do you know anybody? Find me a Toyota Caldina. Jeffrey Rainery? Jeffrey Rainery? Nerd question. Would you classify Wildman Larry Fisher as an example of postmodernism? Larry Fisher. Well, you got me, Jeffrey. I don't know who Larry Fisher is. Google to the rescue. Is he a murderer? That's what came up. Wildman Larry, F-I-S. Oh, this is F-I-C. F-I-S. Wildman Larry Fisher. Lawrence Wildman Fisher was an American street performer known for erratic a cappella performances of new kinds of songs for a nickel or a dime each on the Seattle Sunset Strip in West Hollywood. Most of his life was spent homeless or institutionalized, and he later became regarded as the godfather of outsider music. He was born in 1944. He's older than my mom. It's like my dad's age. He died in 2006. I think he's an oddity. So he had some record albums. Probably someone tried to screw him over. I know very little about that guy. Huh. Huh. Bizarre. I think that's just kind of like a tragedy there, Jeff. I mean, if you want to lump him into like Wesley Willis, maybe. Can you enjoy his music unironically? I don't know. Toto Ketamine with European money. What countries are you going to this year, if any? New Zealand in 2 months. I'm going back to New Zealand, and then we're going to Canada, Canadian land, Toronto. It's an 8-hour drive at most. In August, but we have yet to flesh out anything like that. So, and then I have to talk to Nick about this. And, you know, we've mentioned it in the past, but we haven't really made plans, but to go to Puerto Rico. I'm sorry, that's not a foreign country, it's U.S. territory. When I found out how cheap the flights really are. From Philly, you can go straight from Philly. So yeah, New Zealand, Toronto, that's it. Brian Jacob doesn't have a question, but $5, so thank you so much to Brian. Brad Kitchen says, on average, how many email offers do you get for 8th Gen Civic SIs? Do you plan on doing any more Civics? Well, since I'm in front of my computer, let's find that out. 8th Gen Civic. From what year to what year? Oh, right, those. What do we got? From when to when? When did it go out? 2006 to when? To 2011. I'm just going to type in 2010 Civic into my email and just see what happens. Oh boy, that's a lot. How many 2010 Civics? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Just 8 2010 Civics from all around. So I'm guessing 8 times how many years? 5? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So it was at least 40 8th Gen Civics I have. Will I do one? I think I did one. So, yeah. Thank you for much donation, Brad. Anonymous DC1. I was excited. I thought you said DCI. Has no questions, but thank you so much for the Hamilton. High Glack says, what is the rudest car you've ever driven? I assume you mean the most ska-like car. And that's probably the Saab that we drove in Bradenton, Florida, that had the blackboard paint on the hood that you could put anything on it. So yeah, that was a Saab 900 Turbo. I think Saab 900 Turbo is going to be the rudest car I've ever driven in a ska sense of the word. Someone says Joey Diaz. Awesome. Tremendous, Joe Rogan. No question, just love the show, and yes, this is my real name. Nice. My poop comes from my butt. Wheeler Walker Jr. WW3 album. Don't know what that means. Do you have a third album? Let me Google that. Wheeler announces new album, World War III. Oh, so it's just something that's coming out. From WheelerWalker.com. World War III. Oh, Wheeler Walker 3. Cool. Sarge21 RVB says, Dad wants a crew cab pickup to haul literally nothing. Sounds like Pennsylvania to me. Dad wants a crew cab pickup to haul literally nothing with a nice interior. Tacoma TRD is $42,000 and too expensive. 2019 Ford Ranger leasing. Oh, don't lease a truck. Others also RCR meetup in the spring. We could. Don't know when. Maybe. Probably out at the Racquetball Club, honestly. Dad wants a crew cab pickup to haul nothing. Hey, you know, masculinity is a bitch, isn't it? It's a hell of a drug. Tacoma TRD is $42,000 and too expensive. 2019 Ford Ranger leasing. You really need a crew cab. Well, you know, it's his money, man. I say get out of his way. Let him buy what he wants. I mean, I think the Toyota TRD is freaking amazing. It is expensive. Even though I've never driven one, I'm sure it's fine. Do they make the Raptor in a crew cab? Tell them to get that. That. Or just get an F-150 like everybody else. That's my thing, F-150. CSWA says, opinion on Isuzus. Didn't they sure fell through the cracks, didn't they? The Isuzu Rodeo. I remember I drove something like that once. It sucked. Felt really cheap. What happened to you, Joe Isuzu? Sure sucked, didn't it? I mean, Isuzu. Oh yeah, that's right. Isuzu existed. That's how my review would start. I got 16 notifications on Twitter. Steam streaming what? Urine? Are you peeing your pants right now? Trash Ghost. Again, like New Year's Eve. Yeah, but not as bad, Steve Clark. And I'm reading my Twitter now. Maker's Mark, starting to talk. Never drink and stream. Call an Uber instead. Nice. Should go back to Facebook. Anybody say it? See, I really use Facebook just for talking to people. David got back to me. Said, yeah, it's a standard RT. That link is for the PDF, but build sheet. Speaking of Dodge, and David just sent me a link to. He wants to buy a Scat Pack for $31,000, man. And my answer to David is, you don't need my blessing. You don't need my blessing. I'm streaming right now. Brothers Berm says, oh, David is saying something. Anybody offered you a Grumman LLV? No, I don't know how to get my hands on one of those mail trucks. I want to drive one. I'll bet they're dog shit, but I want to drive one. David Coletti says, oh, well, get them tips. Yeah, it's how we travel. Anybody offered up a Grumman LLV, says Brother Beam. I'd be curious to see a video on American mail trucks. Yes. You know what? In case I missed one, I'm going to go to my email right now and just type in Grumman LLV. Oh, I have a bunch of things here. All right, there's that, there's that. 1980 MGB, Glenridge, New Jersey. I'll have to look at that. Someone offers up a Subaru in Pittsburgh. Thank you for putting Pittsburgh. 1997 Pontiac Firehawk, Hart, Michigan. That's interesting. All goes into the submissions folder. Notice I'm not reading them. I'm just saving them. These guys get deleted because they're not formatted correctly, and they would just get lost in the shuffle anyway. Let me have a look at this. 1980 MGB. Glenridge Parkway. Fuck, it's amazing. How far is Glenridge from me? See, this is what you're watching me do right now, is figuring out how I do things. Glenridge. How deep into Jersey? You heard me go, Yeah, and driving them MGB from all the way out. Oh, it's way past Clinton. See, my whole see, my whole thing of driving into Jersey is how far away from 78 do I have to go? That's deep in New Jersey. I do have to do an MGB though. But I want my mom to be able to drive it because that was the car I learned to drive stick on. Let me just say to him, thanks for the bump. Get back to you guys. Oh yeah, Grumman LLV. That was what I was supposed to be looking for. I'm just going to type in LLV. This is a 1987 Chevy P330 step van in Cincinnati. P30 is Chevy chassis, but the body was made by Grumman. Okay, it came up because he says the same one as an LLV. That's an interesting. We did the food truck. Pooh. It's interesting. I say bought it as a scrap truck. Anyway, so no one's offered up a Grumman LLV. But you know what? Maybe I should just type in Grumman just to see what happens. G-R-U-M-M-A-N. No, it's that step van again. And someone says, I have a... Oh, this one is from 2014. This guy probably doesn't have this car anymore. Nicholas Malix. Anyway, back to you guys. Phil Thrawn 128 says, what is the economy mid-size king? For pure cost, it would probably be the Nissan Maxima. Or the new Nissan Altima, really. Is it 2002 Honda Accord with the optional pleather? I mean, for pure cost, it's going to be Nissan because that's how Nissan sells stuff. They undercut Toyota and Honda. But I think a Toyota Camry is probably the absolute king. Plus, you can get a Camry V6, and they have the same amount of power as a Grand National from the 80s. So there you go. Yeah, Honda Accord or Toyota Camry, because even you can get the 2012 Honda Accord with a V6, and I think you're close to 300 horsepower, right? It's nice. Anonymous DC1 again. Thought you said DCI. Should I swap my 2008 Sonata? That's a Hyundai. For a 2014 DL1000. What's a DL1000? DL1000. Oh, Suzuki V-Strom. Well, if you're willing to give up your car, you know, you're giving up what is essentially a very basic SUV for a motorcycle? I suppose the answer is no, unless you're really going into the minimalist lifestyle and you live in Southern California where it's nice all the time. I mean, I could think of worse everyday bikes as a V-Strom. Certainly you can cut through Southern California traffic with one of those things. Stephen Romansky says, my friend's dad wants to sell me his 2004 Impala SS. All right. With 200,000 miles for 350 bucks. The automatic transmission is starting to slip. Is it worth to fix? All right. Well, how much is an automatic transmission for the one? You need to find out how much is a new transmission, how much is it going to cost to have a guy put in, and what else is broken well in the car. If you feel like spending like 40 bucks, you can go to a mechanic and say, can I have a pre-purchase inspection? What would you fix on this thing? And then say, give me an estimate. And now you have that much money plus that. Now you're talking about a car with over 200,000 miles on that. Is that going to need new piston rings? Did the 04 run an LS, or did it run, you know, an LT that's hanging on? I suppose Google can answer these questions for me. I mean, I think a car like that, with to fix everything on it, is going to bump you close to a $3,000. Like, there's no such thing as a $350 car, unless that guy did all the preventative maintenance and had all the documents to back that up. That's the real question, Steve. Does he have all the documents to back up that kind of work? And if he doesn't, then no. Is it worth to fix? Is it worth $5,000? Because I think when you're done with that car, that's going to be the high end of what you're going to be spending on an Impala SS to fix everything. You're going to be looking at the low end of $5,000. So that's the question is, do you want to spend that amount of money, or do you want to buy a used Honda? C. Swa says, anyone from Kansas City offering anything up? And thank you for your donation, C. Swa. Any from Kansas City offering anything up? Possibly might drop by the City of Fountains in 2019. My mouth is getting a little dry. This will be some more thing. What do we got in Kansas City? Not sure which one. What do we got waiting for me in Kansas City? 1999 Isuzu Rodeo. 04 Mazda Miata. 1994 Ford Probe. That's interesting. Honda V45 Sabre. 1974 AMC Gremlin. 2000, oh, that's Austin, Texas. I don't know why these things are coming up. Kansas City, Kansas, 1981 Volkswagen pickup. Nice. MG Midget. $1990 Dodge Dakota. 2001 Buick LeSabre. 1991 Dodge Colt Vista. Oh, look at that bad boy. Fuck yeah. Love that. Sweet. Lexus LS430. Yeah, so the bunch. And your question is, would you might drop by the City of Fountains in 2019? As of now, plans for 2019 is New Zealand again for me, and then RCR Toronto. So as of now, no Midwest plans. Probably going to end up in Chicago and Texas again, just because of track time. Brandon M says, thoughts on Beach House, the band. Not the thing Doug DeMuro probably has in Martha's Vineyard. Thoughts on Beach House, the band. Never heard of it. Guessing it's ska. Let me look it up. Beach House. I got Wikipedia. Beach House is an American dream pop. So I guess like Dream Theater. Formed in Balmo. The band consists of Volkswagen. What's their style? Wow, look at those guys. That's some serious hair. Wish I could grow that type of hair. Musical styles compared to Nico. Don't know what the band is. The Zombies. Neil Young. Huh. I'm guessing Dream Theater is how they sound. So no, sorry, man, but thank you for your donation. I have no thoughts on Beach House. I've never heard of them until this moment. Me again. Sarge, our 21 RVB says, me again. I mean, my dad thinks 42,000 is too much. We both love the TRD. He's looking for less expensive options without going full utilitarian. Other smallest push-up, F-150 is getting big. Well then, do you need those four? I guess he needs those 4 doors. Then sure, Ranger, I guess. So I always go like Silverado because you get an LS engine in it. I know it's exciting to have a family member. We need more jazz. It's fun to have, you know, parents to look at things, but at the end of the day, it's his money and he's going to get something. So you're going to have to just make peace with that. I know you want to influence people. I mean, we all do when they're searching for cars, but sorry I've been itching my chest so much and neck. I'm manscaped lately, and the hair is growing back. All right, Chris McCarthy, I need to get a drink. It's now 10 o'clock, and I need to start making dinner. I could just, like, take this tablet into the kitchen, and you could watch me wash dishes. That'd be exciting, huh? And answer questions while I do it. But then you couldn't hear me. You'd just hear water running. Hey, Mr. Regular, thoughts on vehicle for a Lemons car, $500 for 80s, 90s futuristic look. Had to pass on a Geo Storm wagon back, $1,000 too much. For 500 bucks. You get a pop-up headlight Accord, but not for 500. Maybe someone has an Isuzu Impulse and they don't know what they have. I'm gonna go Craigslist and just see. I'm gonna go Harrisburg, Cars and Trucks, has image, price. Do you like minimum 500? Like 500 Lemons car. I'm gonna go 400, 500, and has picture and just see what comes up. It's gonna be junk. Not running, not running. Buick Skylark. 94 Olds. This is going to be like sort of future. Let me just go owner only and get those dealers out of here. Yeah, you're not going to get the 80s look for 500 bucks. Mercury Tracer. What's this thing? It's a Mercury Tracer. Inspected till 519. New tires, ice cold AC, runs rough. Yeah, man. Yeah. See, any 80s car worth of salt is going to be way more than 500. Oh, look at that Olds Aurora. Selling as is, has mechanical problems, some rust. Look, dude, you're going to buy some beat-ass piece of crap from the late 90s or early 2000s, so you gotta just get comfortable and make peace with that, man. Thank you for your donation, sir, Chris. The Horse Lemonade. The Horse. All right. Should I sell my home and buy a Dodge Daytona Vert? Oh, a convertible. No, you should not. Depends where you're living. Where a Dodge Daytona convertible would be a step up. living with somebody. So no, man. And I don't even see what the appeal of. I mean, I get it that they're 80s and yeah, they're the future, but a good one of them is going to be at least 6 grand. I know the feeling, but I sat in those Dodge Daytonas and the interior isn't great. Workforce 520. Hey, there he is. Yeah, I just got home from work from another long drive. I swear I'm always driving somewhere when you do these. Saw a Forester STI on fire on my way home. No, oh, that's bad times. Look, it just backs up what I said. You're it just like those things are problematic cars. They're fun, but they're definitely they're the definitely they're the fuck on the fuck, marry, kill choice. Jake Hercules says, do you fly through LA heading to New Zealand? Any chances of RCR West Coast on the way? I will fly through LA and I'm spending the night there. You know, I don't think, when do I fly out? Let me just go to my email and check. Wow, boarding time is like 10:30. 10:30 at Tom Brady International and LAX. Flight takes off at 11:10 p.m. So I have almost all day Saturday, March the 2nd. I just got to get to Tom Brady by like 8 p.m. or something like that. So I have all day Saturday to just fill time in LA. You know, like checkout time of the hotel is probably going to be like noon. So I was like, great. Now what am I going to do for 8 hours in LA? See what Matt's doing. He's around. Or Jeff Glucker, or who else do I know? Corbin Goodwin. Blake Wrong doesn't live there anymore. Aubriana Zerilligan's around. Just got to fill time in LA. So, I mean, I could do a car meet, I guess. Just me. See, it's hard when I do a car meet when it's just myself, because Nick's not there. But I have a full day in LA on March 21st. So thank you, Jake. Look, I got to get started on dinner, but I'm gonna save your questions. So we are going to my sink. Through the tunnel. And yeah. I'm gonna put you guys where you're not gonna fall over. Right there is good. All right. I can answer these questions and I can do my dishes at the same time. So, the next guy is Red Speeder 98. What would you consider to be your favorite generation Camaro? I got a P-Man, and I will come right back and start dishes and answer that question. Meow. Okay. What do you consider to be your favorite generation Camaro Firebird? I have a 94 Z28 and it's a rocket. Yeah, I drove one of those. They're good. The 82 Firebird I looked at has So Sleek. Okay, I know what you're talking about. I hope the sound of the sink isn't gonna blot out my noise. But the way I look at Firebirds from the 80s and early 90s is, unless it's a Firebird formula, and unless it's like a really clean one where everything works, they're not really worth your trouble. If I were to get a Firebird, I would LS from these. A lot of people would hate that, but look, what you're getting is reliability. You're getting coil packs. You're getting a modern parts catalog. You're getting more power. And honestly, the only people who really care about that are Smokey and the Bandit fans, or people, and not even Knight Rider guys care about that, because they just care about the way it looks. And I think the 80s Firebirds are way nicer than the ones from the early 90s. Granted, they're made on the same platform, aren't they? I look at the WS6 as a different beast, because it's like an LS1 or something in that. Again, the interior of that is just damn junk. And if you're gonna have a GM junk interior, you might as well have the car look good. So the 80s ones are definitely better. So my thoughts is that if you're going Pontiac, stay in the Pontiac sweet spot. 1968 to 1986. And avoid the mid-70s, honestly. And even I have no problem with the Smokey and the Bandit one having an LS. Okay. Coming from and going to New Zealand in March. So I will be there on the 2nd and then the... Okay, I still got you. Come LA? Yes. 2nd and the 21st. So that's the thing about this fire. All right. You guys back? I hope I'm back. Okay, I think we're back. Sorry about that. I guess by going through the tunnel here, I lose too much of my internet signal, because that's solid brick, and I'll bet it's not getting through this here. So stop doing that. Thought it was my All right. But I really need to wash my dishes. I don't want to stop doing that. I need to wash my dishes, so I need to make dinner, because I have to put some food on this alcohol I'm putting into my body. My buddy bought a 1998 Forester S. I own a 2001 Outback Sport. Both are 5-speed. Both shifters are limp noodles, even in gear. That's bad times. But drive fine. Shifter bushings, Forester's fuzzy heated seats. Yeah, dude, cloth heated seats are the way to go. Screw leather, screw vinyl. Shifters, linkages, bushings aren't a bad thing. Are they staying in gear? That's my question. I mean, if they're staying in gear and they're old cars and you don't want to spend money on their weekend beaters, I just say just leave it. Subaru shifters aren't the best shifters in the world. Hondas are always #1. Mazda close second, but... Okay, Ethan Burton says, I'm thinking about getting a 2009... We're going through the tunnel again. Guys, I have to keep doing this. I lost. Are we back? Are we back? They brought paper plates because I'm too lazy to wash my dishes. All right. Oh, back, lag, yep, bag. My uncle owns a Plymouth Cuda. Yeah, if I go in there and wash, okay, Brian, what did you learn? You learned if you go and wash your dishes out there, you the stream drops because this little guy right here can't punch through that wall. So that's what you learn, because already it's punching through a wall right here. So it's not in the best placement. Doesn't matter for my computer because my computer's plugged into a Cat 5 cable. So buy a Wi-Fi extender, for fuck's sake. Yeah, to just get over there. You know, there's one, actually no, my old computer at my parents' house is still there, and my dad uses parents use a Wi-Fi extender. So I'm gonna get down here on the floor with you. So we're gonna finish up these super chats, and honestly, then I'm gonna have to make dinner. I could come back if you want, and you could watch me eat. That would be weird, wouldn't it? So thinking about getting a 2009 KLR 650 for a trip around the East Coast. And by the way, stop sending super chats. I'm going to finish this after this. Thank you for donating and everything. You're helping us get to Toronto and doing other things. I'm thinking about getting a 2009 KLR 650 for a trip around the East Coast. Bikes I'd recommend for touring. I mean, that's a pretty good one. I'm 19 and started out with Nighthawk 250. Unless you really have to go off-road, you really won't need a KLR 650 unless you really want to stand up like that. I mean, the mileage certainly would be good. I also recommend a Honda PCH 900, which would be a Pacific Coast. You can probably find one of those cheap old KLRs. You're going to need bags, though. See, if you're going to tour, you may want to get something that already comes with bags. You can get yourself like a Kawasaki Contours or just some like V-Star Cruiser that some dad will sell you that already has the bags on it. That's the way I look at it from an economical standpoint. I mean, if you have a Nighthawk 250, the most an old Honda Shadow would feel most normal to you. But give the KLR 650 a try. I mean, you certainly can't go wrong, and if that's what excites you, then get it. Sasquatch Selner says, "Yo, from Kalamazoo, Doug, seeing you drink all the founders on the New Year's Eve podcast, you have single-handedly made me want to visit New Zealand. Thanks." Hey, New Zealand loves our American dollars, and I'm glad you enjoyed it, and thank you for your donation. And please stop sending super chats. I'm going to end this after this. Just got a 99 Acura TL with a 3.2 liter VTEC for 800. It just has an evap leak. Isn't that the best deal ever? Huh. Yeah. I mean, if that's the only problem, it is. An evap leak. Do you have emissions regulations in your town? If you don't, you can just do nothing. Hopefully it's just like a vacuum line that has a problem, or like a solenoid somewhere. Or like one of those, yeah, like a solenoid on the charcoal canister. Worst case, it may be like an air pump if it does use it, not sure. Workforce 520, there it is. Miss what you said. Are you reviewing any LA cars? No. No, I'm just hanging out in LA. I feel like I sent an Ion email ages ago. Even a meetup would be cool. Yeah, Workforce, you donate so much. Just send me an email, man. When are you in LA? Because I got time to kill before my flight out to New Zealand. I can just get a lift anywhere I want to go. I kind of want to just go out to Malibu Kitchen and just hang out for a while. Because that's where the cars are. Woof Oaf said, have you ever considered doing Twitch? Yeah, I used to do Twitch before and play like video games on it, but I'm not a good video game commentator. Video games for me are just kind of like me time. So yeah, that's the way it is. I mean, maybe I'd make a whole bunch of money by doing Twitch streams. But really, if I did it, it would be just remembering the 90s. I would just like stream Unreal 99. And what else? Age of Empires 2. Max Payne 1. Is that a birth control patch? No, this is actually some leukotape, and I have a weird rash right here, and I don't know what it is, so I'm at least covering it up. Half-Life? Yeah, I guess. So, I think by the reaction of just you wanting to watch me drink, that I should keep the stream going. But I need like a little note here for you that I can just say, washing dishes, be back in a minute, no super chats. So, yeah, I will do that. Will it be able to adjust brightness? Oh, it's backwards. Wait a minute. If I turn it around, there. Shines through the back. I'm a genius. All right. All right. I'll be right back. Okay, I just washed my dishes. Now I have to dry my rice cooker bowl and Then I have to put meat in the cast iron pan and get the rice cooking. The note is backwards. It looks forward to me, unless it flips it for you. Wow. Huh. See, from my point of view, it's mirrored, but for you, it's straight. That's weird. That's weird. All right. I'm gonna see. I can't bring the tablet into the kitchen because if I do, it loses the signal because the Wi-Fi doesn't reach that far. So, it's backwards. Now there's one guy saying it's backwards. Take off the light. We just have it like that. It's good now. Time for another drink. Yeah, it is time for another drink. It's time for food to put on the drink. Okay. Thank you for waiting. Yeah, put your mobile data SIM or something on the tablet and use that in the kitchen. I don't have unlimited data. That's my thing. Bring the kitchen into the living room. 2.5 martinis. It's upside down. Bird upside down. All right. We will wait. Okay. I will be quick. And then I will be back. In the meantime, I have to have something hilarious to put in front of you to keep you amused. Someone gave me this. I can't hold it up though. You can't really see it. All right, that's not something fun. All right, hold on. I feel like I owe you something. There we go. The Bruce Sends Garage hat. That's good. And Bruce We Trust. We'll use that. All Volvos remind me of the time of the, yeah, I like the mirror idea. Nice shag. Nightlight. Go make dinner, you nerd. Okay. I'll make dinner now. Okay, I'm back. My chicken and steamed rice is cooking, and now I can go get a martini, and then we can go back to my computer desk. Did you wipe dish soap on your cracker? Your tank smells like lemongrass. No, but I do use hand moisturizer on my brown hole so it doesn't itch at night. Alright. Yeah. That was a dumb idea. Putting you guys back there. Now it's all grainy again, isn't it? Because I really need a light like right here. Or is this enough light? Or is it kind of grainy? I don't know. Someone asked me something in Super Chat. Let me just make sure it's there. Something. Oh, okay. There, George Meyer and Tristan said something. I'm gonna go get a drink. I'm gonna get another martini, and I'll be right back. And I'm back. So, we got Tristan Hukinen. Asking, do you do blank? I do blank. And I was wondering if the blank tears are normal. Question marks? I'm blank. Well, that's quite a question, isn't it? So to answer it straight, Do I do blank? Never tried it. So you do blank. Good for you. And I was wondering if the blank tears are normal. You know, sometimes my blank gets all sweaty and weird. It does feel like it's crying. So kudos to you. I'll drink to that, I guess. And thank you for your donation, Tristan. Very awesome. Workforce 520 says, sent you a Hangout email titled Workforce 520. Okay, I'll read that right now. Hey, there it is. Hey, Brian, told me to give you a shout out through email for a hangout when you're down in LA in March. You mentioned something about a restaurant in Malibu. Yes, Sam. The restaurant I like is, well, everybody knows what it is, but I'm not going to say it. Boy, it has a pretty poor rating, doesn't it? I like it because you don't really go there for cars. Oops, probably said too much. I'm typing an email to Workforce 520. Okay. I'm all caught up on super chats. Go back to the regular chat. There it is. App rolls filtered. Why don't you try Fatburger? I didn't try Fatburger yet, dude. Maybe that's something. Got yourself a cheese and fries for $2.95. I never did a Fatburger yet. Shit. Should do a Fatburgers. Not as cool as Hardly's, mostly the way better. Something LA. Will you ever do a Chevy Impala LT 2014 one? Just curious because it was Chevys. We want to break away from the fleet car market. I think we did a Renault Malibu, but I don't know if it was the LT. Do a base model stock Scion FRS. I did a Scion, like that was one of our first cars we reviewed when people started giving us stuff. Check my email again. There's a guy in Austin, Texas. We're coming back to Austin, Texas. There's Washington, D.C. There's a guy from Queensland, Australia. Saving that one. And saving to submissions. The Invader 2 says, oh, this was like an hour ago. Sorry. Dear Mr. Car Reviews, I understand this email is only for sending car information for you, but I just want to thank you again for shouting me out. I am on the YouTube The Invader. Currently, it's 8:34 in Algonquin, Illinois. Sent from my iPhone, and he sends an image. Oh, cool. Thank you, The Invader 2, for the email. Dan Hobber just says brand, and then there's a video attachment, which I don't know if I want to open. And it's probably discretion is the better part of valor, so I'm not opening it for fear of what's in there. Jamie Alvarez says, doing Lyft, and the answer is, yeah, I'm still legal on Lyft, but I haven't been doing it. Because it's just like either trips to Reading or something like that. I mean, it's neat, but half of it I just like driving people around, and I get a bigger kick out of doing it for the Appalachian through hikers with the Falcon than I do with just driving my Subaru around. It's YouTube friendly, I swear, says Dan. Is it? Is it really? What do you think of the Atlas i6? A new engine? Shouldn't know what that is. That was Martini number 3. See, but they're tiny martinis. They're teeny tiny ones. Let's get some more jazz going. See, I'm all caught up with doing I'm all caught up with doing my my editing. See, I did nothing. Well, I didn't do nothing today. I bought the tickets for New Zealand. I did laundry. I didn't go to the gym, and now I'm here with you. Larry says, Lyft or Uber, is Lyft or Uber worth doing part-time? Yeah, it's doing part-time despite the wear and tear in your car. If you're in a big city, you'll probably be fine. And if you're near an international airport, according to Tony Airlines, it's totally worth it. That's really where the big money is airport runs, because I show up in LA, I click that button, and a Kia Soul drives out of my asshole. And that's a Zach Clapman line. Hey, I should tell all Brianna that I'm going to be in LA. I will be in LA on March 2nd and March 21st if you want to hang out. Copy. And I will also send that to Corbin Goodwin. I should also send something to Matt. Oh, I see 2 more super chats I need to get to. Oh, I like this song. This will be my sending Matt Farah a DM song. Okay, done with that. Tristan. Hello, Tristan again. Okay, but serious question. BRZ or FRS? See, I'm Team Subaru, so I'd say have the BRZ, but that's the more expensive option. They're the same car, man. So get whichever one is in better shape. But if all things being equal, BRZ. There's a Subaru engine in it, might as well have a Subaru badge. That's the way I look at the Pontiac Vibe versus Toyota Matrix question. Joe Van Sanderen, thank you for your donation. Have you ever thought of doing a video at the Air Venture Air Show in Oshkosh, Wisconsin? Only if Tony Airlines can come with me. Largest fly-in show in the world. See, I don't know what I'm looking at when I'm looking at planes. So it's really, if I do a video there, it's going to be me going, hey, Tony, what's this about? And then he'll explain it. Largest fly-in air show in the world, 10,000 airplanes, 10,000 opportunities. Say, my plane is best plane. See, if we did that, it would be Tony Airlines words. So I'd owe him like an air flight or an airline ticket or something to get out there. But yeah, I have thought about doing Oshkosh. I saw like a B-25 Mitchell or something like that fly in. I wonder if that's the one in Reading. Jamie Alvarez, and thank you for your donation. Still staying off the knee. I'm having similar issues. Oh, chronopatella pain syndrome, aka runner's knee. My gym fortunately has a hot tub and pool. Dude, I would love a hot tub at my gym. Not saying I won't jack off in it, but I'd use it. That's cool. Mine just has a sauna and pool, so I run in the pool. Oh, those pool running things. That's supposed to be invigorating and also ass kicking. We're doing that run in a pool thing. I wonder what sort of muscle groups that works. So staying off the knee, yeah, I am. I limit my leg cardio to 2 days a week per doctor's orders. I haven't gained any weight. I've gained a little bit of muscle mass on top just from just making up the difference doing bench and back work. I've ignored my back a lot, really. So, I mean, I just doubled down on lat pull downs and, the rows where you go at it. I mean, that's just a basic workout. It's in every gym, so it's good. Water. Hey, I got a direct message. Oh, brand flakes guy. Okay, cool. Are we gonna hang out and go hiking, my dude? Where do I know this brand flakes guy back from? You should probably go to the ER if you got something stuck in your foot. Where's this guy from? He's 22. So he's kind of younger than me. I'm looking at his Twitter. Scrolling. Okay, there's some porn on this. So I don't know if I can show it. Anyway. Any plans for the Midwest? Thanks for the streams. Hey, thanks for keeping me company, man. Half of this is really just for me to have something to do in the evening because I didn't go to the gym tonight, so my social interaction is kind of low. And I'm digging this whole, I got my computer right here, I got the tablet right here, and I can go back and forth between them. Any plans for the Midwest? Well, I was just there. I was in Muncie, Indiana. And I'm going to go back because there's another YouTuber there that I've been hanging out with one time. So it's a hell of a drive. But you have to fly like Harrisburg to Indianapolis. How much is a flight from Harrisburg? Let me answer this Midwest question. American Airlines. I wonder if I have enough points. Well, certainly I may have enough points after this New Zealand trip to, let's say, when do I want to go to Indiana? Let's say I want to go in September. Let's just pick a date, September 1st to September 5th. I want to go MDT, which is Harrisburg, to Indianapolis International, IND, number of passengers 1. Do you do nonstop from Harrisburg? Does American do nonstop from Harrisburg? No. You do, where do you go through? ORD? No, that one goes through Philly. That one also goes through Philly. That one goes through Philly. Okay, round trip, if I book these now to go to Indianapolis, it's $275. Nice. So really you drive to Philly, huh? So, okay, PHL. So they all reroute back to Philly for $290. What happens if I just drive to Philly? $472. So it's cheaper, although it's longer if I fly from Harrisburg. How does that work? How does that freaking work? It's $500. What the hell is that about? So it's cheaper if I take a, I don't know, Tony can explain. Oh, Sam emailed me back. I'm down. I passed by that restaurant when I did my coastal trip last year, but didn't have time to stop, and Doubletree isn't that far from me. 20 miles away, 20 miles away. Uh-huh. Cool, man. Well, let's keep in touch. I'll have plenty of time when on the day of when I fly out, because I don't have to be at LAX until 7 p.m. at the GD earliest. Misspelled earliest. Okay. So Ben Rogers says, search for network connection on your email. I've got some tips. All right. Ben Rogers, watching your live stream, have tips for better network condition to avoid evils. Whoa, there's a big email. Okay, Ben, I'm going to go check on my chicken back there, and then I'll get back to you, and then I'll get to the guy who said Pontiac Trans Am. Okay, Ben Rogers, your email. Hello, Mr. Regular. I'm a car guy, but I am also a techie to speak. Long shot, but I paid $5 for a super chat comment. I asked if you've been to Nashville or Asheville, North Carolina. You replied, thanks for that. Anyway, number one, I'm not selling anything, just giving some advice to hopefully resolve some of your network issues that you've been having during tonight's live stream. Look into Mesh Network, which will boost your local internet signal anywhere in your house for any Wi-Fi device you have. A common solution would be the Google Wi-Fi. Okay, so this is a link to a product here. Stay well connected. Say hello to, what is this, an access point? Best Wi-Fi on the market system. Google Wi-Fi. Smart and simple. How much does it spy on you? 1, small home and apartment. 2, medium home. 3, family friendly control. Free shipping, I guess a $35 thing. All right, so how is it different from the Netgear that I already have? Again, this is just a link to a product I have a good experience with. The thing is, we're dealing with very old homes here in Pennsylvania that are thick, thick walls. You see this little tunnel? That leads to my kitchen. You know what's, that tunnel is, where's my, I'm gonna measure this. My tape measure is pink, so no one steals it. All right, that is 3 feet 9 inches of brick. Is that Google gonna punch through that? It's got enough to so I can listen to podcasts, but actually stream through that? I don't know, man. Anyway, pretty much what a mesh network does is create multiple Wi-Fi boosters, access points throughout your house without the complexities or issues of multiple routers. Okay, so it's like repeaters. Is that what it is? It's a repeater. For example, you have one in your office area where you started the stream, one in the kitchen, wherever else you think you'd frequent in your house. I can talk you through the setups to really help your Wi-Fi signals. Well, really, all I wanted to do was not leave the guys hanging while I go did my dishes. The only time I need internet in the kitchen is where I'm listening to a podcast, and even a weak signal is good for that. The Fire tablet should at least 2MP, 1080p camera. Watching this video, you were at maybe 360p. Oh, okay. Common causes: bad tablet running off battery will slow down the processor. How warm is this thing? Not very warm at all. So this Fire tablet, I got it because let's see what the cheapest tablet can do. Really what I use this thing for is honestly just streaming and playing music at night while I sleep. So do you need a really good tablet for that? Not really. And oh, I also use this thing for writing. If not, you need a hardwired webcam connection so you won't be dependent on a Wi-Fi signal. Right, and I've tried plugging a microphone into this. It doesn't work. So for the big podcast, we do it from the laptop from the other room, which is fine. Oh, Sam said something. It sounds like a plan. You said the 21st, right? The 21st or the 2nd or the 21st. Okay, cool. Jacob B says, it's been awesome watching your stuff take off and your channel grow since we last met. Jake with the 350Z. Yeah, with the Subaru up in State College. That feels like a lifetime ago, man. I remember that day. It was kind of cool. I loved the Bandit. It had torque. The 350Z was like the first fast car I've ever driven. I'll never forget that moment, feeling that stick shift jump, you know, jump the revs. I'm like, this is freaking amazing. Funny thing is, I don't know if we talked about this. That was a long day, man. Nick was there for that. That was our very first time we went on a road trip to film cars. It was crazy. Or did I steal away that day with, no, I think it was there with the 350 was the day I was there for like the National Grange meeting when I still had a job and everything. Man. Central PA again sometime. I'm sure Nick would just love to go back to State College again. Yeah, I mean, we've been away too long, seriously. But it's just a matter of scheduling, man. Yeah, Jake, we gotta do something like State College again. That was a good day. State College RCR meet or something like that. The actual Team Ryan. Do I want to do Martini 4? Ryan, I will be right back to you. I'm going to go check on the chicken. The chicken is done, so I turned it down to simmer. I'm just waiting on the rice cooker to cook the rest of the stuff. James Murphy says, you should switch places with Mr. Palinkin on Red Letter Media and review a movie while he reviews a car. That'd be fun. Hey, I'm up for that if he is. Thank you for your donation. Yeah, I know. I mean, this is pretty much it's. Mr. Plinkett was definitely a influence in me. Everything is down in my basement that I found. I mean, it's all in the jowls when you do the Henry Plinkett voice. It's not really that hard to do. You're not really moving your upper lip. It's more like the sides of your mouth that really do the enunciation like that. You also notice you don't really move your eyes that much. Oh, I just farted a little bit. Sounded like a little mermaid down there. It's a fun voice to do. It's a fun voice. And yeah, it's really a love letter to him. So thank you, James. Thank you for your donation there. All right. I keep thinking choke my chicken and I'm aroused. It's like from middle school or something like that. Pontiac Trans Am says, hey, you drunk? You skipped my question. Oh, I did I? Oh, man. Pontiac Trans Am, you drunk? You skipped my question. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Okay, there's your thing. We said you drunk, you skip my question. The actual team run says, oh, shit. I was looking at an 85 Blazer when your review came out. The price jumped to 800. The owner must be a fan as well. Oh. Sorry, man. Actual team Ryan. I also skipped him. I was looking at 85 Blazer. Dude, they're great. I mean, be prepared to fix a few things, but you feel amazing when you drive them, man. So now I got to look up and find Pontiac Trans Am. There you are. Sorry, sir. Hey, Mr. RCR, can you review my trailer park trash Trans Am? It blew a gasket and it's a Make-A-Wish dream. And it's a Make-A-Wish dream to be on your show. Okay, let me look here. We did one Trans Am from the 80s. Like, what year is it? I'm going to switch back to the regular chat here. Oh, there's Eric Ackenban or something. I won't forget him. I hope I don't. Pontiac Trans Am. My trailer park Trans Am, it blew a gasket, and it's a Make-A-Wish dream. You know, so I don't forget you, Pontiac Trans Am. Send me an email, send me a picture, and I'll be able to identify the year, hopefully, if I know my stuff. I'm going to just stick here and, like, have my email open. Regularcars@gmail.com, and I'll read your email. Yeah. Pontiac Trans Am. Regularcars@gmail.com. Send me an email with a picture of that, or even if you don't have a picture, send me just a year, make, and model, and then I'll have it here, and then I'll be able to give you the attention you need, and as you well deserve. Sorry for skipping your email. I feel terrible when I do that. Eric, see, it's an orange one, so it's hard to read. I'm catching up here, like really catching up here. What's your daily driver right now? It's a second generation Subaru Forester. What did you drive today? I drove my second generation Subaru Forester. I thought about driving my Falcon, but I may drive it tomorrow. What's your martini mix? And what are you going to put on the chicken? Probably just Shiraka sauce. And I'm all out of butter, but I am cooking the chicken in bacon fat from yesterday. That's still in the pan. Makes it good. And I will add bacon to tomorrow's chicken because I buy the family pack of chicken because I'm a gym rat, so I just eat chicken. And throw in beef and pork, you know, as a way to break up the chicken. What's your martini mix? My martini mix is 4 parts gin, 1 part dried vermouth, and a bunch of olives to make it dirty, and that's the way I like them. And I don't make them very large. This is not a large one. Like, here's a 360 controller, and here's my martini glass. And they're right next to each other. It's not very big, so you don't have to worry about me drinking too much. Thank you so much for your generous donation, Eric. Do you think it's time for another martini? Let me go see if I got that email from the Trans Am guy. Is this a Trans Am guy, Lucas? Oh, this is the guy with the 65 Pontiac Bonneville with a link to his Imgur. I like it. Ooh, that interior is nice. Oh, look at that translucent steering wheel. Oh, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. I even like it because it doesn't have wheel covers. It just has steelies with white walls. Pretty damn good. 65 Bonneville. Look at that thing. Where are you? Spring Green, Wisconsin. This is my 65 Bonneville. It's my pride and joy and absolute love for you to drive it. It was originally my grandfather's car. It was put away in '86, sat in the barn until we pulled it, get it fixed for a high school auto shop. Got it running after 30 years. It's powered by a Pontiac 389 V8 with a THM 400 transmission, four-door hardtop, no center pillar. Nice. It was decked out with AC and power windows, brakes, and steers. I don't even care if the AC is working. It's not. Spring Green, Wisconsin. Where is that in Wisconsin? All right, so you'd fly to probably Chicago and on to Madison. I don't know anybody in Madison, like off the top of my head. See, people want us to do the Midwest. See, we have to do Iowa State. Where's Ames? Like, because my buddy Tom lives in Ames, and I have to do Ames. So Ames takes Ames, Iowa takes priority over, Madison, Wisconsin. Damn, that's a nice lake in Madison. Where would I film in Madison? Can you get out to that lake? That'd be cool to film with the lake in the background. James Madison Park. What we need is a big parking lot. This is normally how I find places. First, you have to find a place to film where you're not going to be bothered. And then you have to find, oh, there's a nice parking lot. All right, let's see if I do Madison. That would be like an all right area. That's a nice parking lot. It's in a nice, looks like a nice quiet neighborhood. Little access road right there. Oh, that is just delightful there. So if you went to Madison, Wisconsin, that would be a good film spot. And then I see where a hotel is, and then we go from there. All right, there's Zach with the Trans Am. Hey, Mr. Regular, it's Pontiac Trans Am guy. Just see if I got your email correct. Yeah, you did. I need to go check on the chicken again. Takes me back to Drunk Malibu review. Says Workforce 520. Yeah, it does. I'm not even drunk right now. What's my gin of choice? Ooh, that's a good question. Noel Grabo. Okay, I'll get it for you because I'm going to make another martini. This is it. This and store brand olives. This is bottom shelf here. This is like 15 bucks. 8, 3. That's $11. my chicken is done and my rice and steamed vegetables are done. So I'm gonna get some of that. I'm gonna another one of these and we'll continue this. I haven't forgotten about it. Yeah, be right back. Our food, water. Right. Where did I leave? Okay, gin of choice. We got that. Noel. Yeah. Too tired to brain doesn't have a question, but thank you for your donation anyway. After Dark 3 says, you'd make me drive that barge in Madison? Is Madison traffic difficult? Is Madison like a hoity-toity town or something like that, where a big black American sedan wouldn't go over well? Chris McCarthy says, I may have found a 1980s, 1990s winner. Oh, good. For your lemons thing. Second generation Ford 92 Escort hatchback, $300. Any process email for RCR Fixer Getter app, Metro Detroit? Well, when it comes to like getting cars domestically, we don't need a fixer. I think Mike Steinberg says he wants to go to Detroit anytime, and like David, my friend David, wanted to go to the Dream Cruise, which I think is also Detroit, so we would just go with them. But I mean, if you want to just send an email to regularcars@gmail.com and just say Detroit Fixer, you know, it'd be perfectly fine for that. All right. I'm all caught up with super chats, so I'm going back to the regular chat. Also checking my email. Okay, there's a guy from Las Vegas, Lynchburg, Virginia. And going, putting them in my submissions folder. Okay, that guy didn't format it correctly, but he still says he's in Sacramento, so I'm putting that. Should have said you don't have to read this on your screen. Super boring. It's okay, but I really think that would help. Let me know what questions I have. Thank you, Ben. See, I live alone, so you guys are like my guests tonight. LA homie. Oh. Busy in LA, spare time in flights. You guys gonna be home? Sure. This is just guy saying like in the area for LA. He's sending me pictures of a bunch of Foresters. Don't know if they're his. And it looks like a BMW 2 Series and some picture that looks like it's in the canyon somewhere. Workforce 520 is sending me an email. Just clarifying the dates that I'm going to be in Los Angeles, which is March 2nd and March 21st. Got a picture for you tomorrow, but it's a 1996 LT1 with an auto. I live in Florida, so if you don't mind meth heads and old people, let's do this. Oh, man. I see some super chats went by I haven't forgotten about you. You got an electric razor. Electric razor I can borrow for landscaping. Oh, people are saying brown, chicken reviews. Favorite track I've ever been to. It's the only one. It's Harris Hill. I went to the Dream Cruise for the first time past Argus, and I don't even live far away. Was it worth it? Same with Shorewood Hills, very highly. People talking about rusted stuff on Craigslist. Going back to Super Chat. I found 80s, 90s. Eric Abraham's on says, low mileage, tastefully done, stage 3 B5 S4 opinion for 3.50. What does 3.50 mean? $3,500? Sounds good for 3.50 if that's what you mean by that. Or 350. I'm not sure what that means. Low mileage, tastefully done, stage 3 B5 S4. I'm not, like, when I look at Audis, I look at them as like expensive Volvos, and I would need someone like Zach Clapman to tell me, to educate me on how to care about Audis that aren't from the 80s. I wonder if that would make a good video series. Make me care. I mean, I drove an Audi S4. I thought it was very good. Probably an Audi S8 will be equally as good. Oh, geez, it's almost midnight. Wow. George Myers says, those are all mine. Could have a good time. Oh, thanks. You didn't have to send a super chat for that. You could have just sent an email. I would have read it. Ooh, 91 Eldorado. Poly up Washington. That's just something on my email right now. Into the submissions folder it goes. But thank you, George, for the additional super chat. Thank you for your donation. Eric, again, Eric, you can stop giving me money, man. I feel a little bit sheepish, but thank you. Opinions on capital letters. As the internet says, it's cruise control for cool. How's the chicken? This is a $20 question. I hope you're making good money, man. I feel like weird when people give me money for that sort of stuff. But thank you so much. I will put it to good use. I will buy Andrew Lamb and Isaac Bloomfield and Kaz beers with it. Thank you. The chicken is a little bit dry because it's healthy. I'm 37 years old now. Last time I weighed myself without my shoes on, I was 168 pounds. So, doing all right. Says the guy drinking gin all night. Vinny Hermera doesn't have a question, but thank you for the $1. After Dark 3 says, if you need any information on Madison, just email me. Okay. Like, really, I just look for filming locations in large parking lots, you know, where I'm not going to be messed with. And that's really it. Workforce 520 says March 21st would be better for me. Unfortunately, one of my college classes falls on a Saturday. Is that what the 21st is? Oh, the 2nd is a Saturday. Write your name. This is how I remember stuff. I write some down. Okay, I wrote that down, Sam Barber. Okay, I am all caught up here. Let me, that was my first bowl. Oh man, it's 11:40 and I'm already eating dinner. That means I'm going to be up late. I'm not supposed to eat food before you go to bed, but I got caught up talking to you guys. I'm not blaming you, I'm blaming myself. Minivan guy says I sent an email. Oh, okay. And look at that, I got a new email. Zach, I heard disgust in your voice. If you don't want to do that, I can understand. Was it something about Madison? I forget. I heard disgust in your voice and you don't want to do that, I can understand. Sorry, goldfish short-term memory. I didn't forget what I was talking about. Oh, another email. Gregory Jones. I wonder if this guy... Oh, look at this guy. 97 Tercel that I turbocharged. He's a tracks and stuff. See, these are the emails I like when I get like a bunch of neat car offers, but then there's no city or state, so I don't know where they are. Oh, I love Tercels. Where is this guy, Gregory Jones? Where are you? I see a Maryland plate. I'm just going to say city, state, question mark, send, because I still haven't done a Tercel. Can the people spamming for their cars to be reviewed just send an email instead of spamming it every 30 seconds? You can't change people. What are you gonna do? Don't worry. I had Cracker Barrel at 11:50 at night. Oh, all that heavy food that sits in you. See, the thing is, like, yeah, I'm not supposed to eat meals at night, because then you're like trying to sleep, but you stay awake because you need that energy to work the stomach and everything. Someone's talking about a Honda Civic, says colorblind guy. That's another bucket list car. Fuzz Bucket, thank you for a donation, sir. Plans to come around Oklahoma in the future. Nothing special, but it'll be pretty cool for you to drive my 99 Mustang GT. One of 6,372 in electric green. That's something I never did. If that's the Cobra run with the double cam engine, I mean, you're going to have to compare it to the Marauder, right? Because that has the same engine. You'd have to find something to say because unfortunately it's still an SN95 and there's no getting around that interior. It's just not worth the money that those cars were offered for or sold for. I like it, and thank you for your donation, sir. I appreciate it. Regular chat. There it is. Come to Virginia. Some guy says he has a Toyota 2000 GT for review. Where is it? Bay Chevy asked me a question that, you know, could make people upset if I read it verbatim, because it's a minefield. I'm Protestant. I hope that's a satisfactory answer. Is there a correct way to answer that question truthfully? I don't understand if, you know, it's hard in text. I don't understand if there's like subtext there. My parents belong to a UCC, which is United Church of Christ, and I guess that's almost borderline Unitarian at this point. Or is it Episcopalian? You know, there's so many flavors of Christianity. I suppose I could just Google it. I forgot to bring the music back. UCC. So what denomination are they? See, I just knew them as just sort of general purpose Protestantism, but UCC maintains full communion with other mainline Protestant denominations, many of its congregations. Conventional orientation Reform, classification as liberal Protestant. Merger of Evangelical and Reformed Church and the Congregational Christian Churches. All right, so it's just store brand Protestantism. So there's no Episcopalian in this. All right. There you go. General purpose Protestant. Yes. I would like the white wine, please. Waspy. Would you like sparkling grape juice with your communion? Come to Lycoming County, says Brandon Flannery. Come up to Lycoming County for the 4x4 races over the summer. Hell of a weekend. That sounds nice. Is that like four-wheelers, or is it like caged vehicles? Like weird sand rails or something like that. Brandon Flannery, $9.99. Lycoming County. I've been up in the Lycoming. I think there's skiing up there or something like that. Don't go to church much anymore. Could go again, get some donuts. You know, the weird thing is, I felt like going to church just to have something to do on like Sundays. And I felt like going Christmas Eve because I had nothing going on, but I didn't. Fuzzbutt5. Also have 1985 Celica Supra in the middle of a 2JZ swap, if I ever finish it. Well, Godspeed, sir. Definitely. Good luck. I mean, it's been done, so there's plenty of forum posts about it. So you'll be fine. Have you heard about the 1999 Buick Regal GS with the 3.1 liter V6? They made a 3.1. I thought they were all the Series 2 3.8 liter V6 with a blower on it. Anyway, Protestants are basically the General Motors of Christians, I guess. They're probably like the rental fleet of Christianity. I have no Sunday clothes anymore. The best I have is a hand-me-down polo shirt. Yeah, that's like the weird thing. Like, all my nice clothes are at my parents' house now that I don't really have a job, or you're my job, really. And I haven't been to church in forever, so, like, this is like a nice shirt that I have. It has a collar on it. Had a Buick GS, fun car on the streets. I agree with that. Got wrecked, though. So we gonna do this? It says Pontiac Trans Am. Oh, I cannot. I cannot know what I'm reviewing. I mean, normally when we're at home in PA like this, we're just doing stuff in PA, or people who want to come here from not too far away, like Jersey, maybe. So the question is, I don't know. And the longer question is, send me an email now and again. I heard discuss in your voice that you don't want to do it. Sorry, Pontiac Trans Am fought the email YouTube this on it. Okay, sorry. So this is a Pontiac Trans Am guy. This is a Zach guy. Now I'm able to connect things. I learned after doing RCR for a while that I can't give affirmations spoken or verbally. I can only give them in writing, because I don't want to disappoint someone by casually committing to something in the spur of the moment and then realizing I can't fulfill what I promised. So the only things I say yes to is through my email. I'm up for driving nearly anything, but when it comes time to commit, it's done this way, because then there's an email record of what I said yes to. It's just I don't want to disappoint people, that's all. Because I have 7,000 unread emails, 7,093 unread emails. And by that I mean, and they're all car options, and they're all in my submissions folder. So that's how I roll. Oh, I'm sorry. This guy said I put it in an email, Manchester, Maryland, just south of PA line. Okay, cool. Not terribly far away. Send. Are we going to talk about the UCC more? My daily upload says evangelical, non-dominational Christians are what? Oh, Subaru's very devoted. That makes sense, I guess. Or not, who knows. Mr. Regular, if you ever come to Virginia, be sure to stop by Duncan's Auto Imports in Christianville. Sweet places with tons of cool cars. Cool. If RCR Alaska ever happens, you have to review a Piper Super Cub. RCR Alaska. Return to where I once was. Man, I remember those flights. Seems like a whole person ago when I lived in Alaska. Hey guys, it's midnight. I think I need to wrap this thing up there. I'm going to have some food for myself, take a shower, and then go to bed. And then tomorrow I may maybe drive the Falcon around because it's supposed to be sunny. This has been a 3-hour live stream, and you have Eric just shot in with this with a super chat. Eric says Piper Super Cub, okay, big bouncy boys with big wheels. Yes, yes, they are. They are everywhere. I have stories involving a Piper Super Cub when I lived in Alaska, and it also involved a shotgun. It's a story that involves a Piper Super Cub and also a shotgun. I'll tell it sometime. Thank you so much, Eric. Thanks for your donation. This has been 5 minutes of me begging like a plebe, says Kevin. All right, now I'm scrolling up looking for No Goozy, says Kevin. I'm looking for another name that says Kevin. It's begging for what? Nick Belzer. One time in Culver City, I ate steak I found in a hallway. Kevin says yay. Send a reply email. Thanks, man. Awesome stream from George Mayer. Maybe that was the one I just read there. Oh yeah, from Workforce Drive 20. I will read that, when I'm done with this. Sacramento, California trucks. Read the bolded text. Sorry for the crewman. See, the most important thing is that I see Sacramento, California, so I know where it is, and if we're ever there, into the submissions folder it goes. Poop Brown, says Paul Dorley. Miata gang, I got nothing creative to say in a chat message. Well, thank you for saying it anyway. Toka Loca is me. Which dog sled is best dog shed? 11:55 p.m. sounds good, guys. I am going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for helping me keep company tonight. Thank you to everybody who donates through Patreon. You help us exist. That fuels our travel budget to get around. We're going to use it for Toronto. When I go to New Zealand for myself, that is my own YouTube money share, not Patreon money, just to be fair. And let's just see. The next committed thing is RCR Toronto in August. Oh, duh. And also at the end of this month, the Lemons Rally, Retreat from Moscow. And I'll probably make an image post about that, about the stops where we're going to be. Or you can just simply go to 24 Hours of Lemons Rally, Retreat from Moscow 2019. Thank you so much, guys. Have a very good night. And have a very good, happy Friday tomorrow. Take care. How do I stop this? No, that's not it. How do I stop it? Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Okay. Okay, clicking here.